Hello friends, it's almost 7 am and that means it's time for a jog. It's still dark outside at this hour, but I'm quite used to this routine. So I wash my face with cold water and do a warm-up. By the way, I used to skip warming up until I got my first injury. Now I always do a 10-15 minute warm-up before jogging. It's just +1 degree Celsius outside, so to avoid getting cold, I put on an extra layer of clothing, including a rain jacket. As you can see, it's pretty gray and wet outside, but I find something very calming and pleasant in this. I've been running without long breaks for about 6 months now, and my current distance is 5-6 kilometers in the morning. By the way, I'm curious, do you prefer to exercise in the morning or in the evening? I'd love to read about it in the comments. I also wanted to tell you some news. I've got a new job. My new position is a full-stack developer, but more on that later after I have breakfast. During breakfast, I watch videos about React, as yes, I'm now writing frontend in React and I'd like to learn more about it. Now off to work. At my last job, I worked from my own computer, but now I've been given a corporate laptop. Here is more about my work now. I'm working as a full-stack developer using React for frontend and Python with Fast API for backend. I'm thrilled about this change because I've been working exclusively with Django for the last 5 years and I was ready for something new. My workday now starts with a code review. Yesterday, I finished a big task and my colleagues reviewed my pull request and left some comments related to both the frontend and backend. I responded to some, as they were just questions, but for others, I'm making small, mostly stylistic changes to my code and updating my pull request. Now, I'll be doing a code review myself. My colleague finished a substantial backend task yesterday and asked me to review his code. First, I read the task description to get more context before doing the review. Knowing the context makes working with someone else's code much easier as you understand the sequence in which to read it. Eventually, I left a few comments and suggestions, and now it seems like a good time to make myself a coffee. Well, let's continue. I've been given a new task related to both the backend and frontend. I have only been working here for about 2 weeks, so I have many questions, which I ask my colleagues as I learn about new tasks. After discussing with the frontend guy, I read the documentation related to this task and started coding. I'm beginning with the front-end part as it seems more complex for me. I'm primarily a backend developer, so it takes me a bit more time to do tasks in React. But so far, I really enjoy it because I'm learning new things and it's quite interesting. The task involves expanding an existing component with a new mini form, sending data from the form to a new backend endpoint, processing this request, transforming the data, and redirecting it to the next microservice. So, I reviewed the component's code that I need to expand, added functionality for the form, including the backend request. This took a bit longer than planned, as I had to work a bit with typing, because the project uses TypeScript. Well, more than half of the day has already passed, and I'm hungry. For lunch, I decided to watch a new coffee video from Tom's Coffee Corner. In this video, the author talked about popular modifications for my DeLonghi Dedica coffee machine. It's a very interesting video, but honestly, I'm not yet experienced enough in coffee making to start doing modifications. However, I'll definitely save this video to watch when the time comes.
Thank you, I'm fine. Yesterday I finished ticket 896 and today I'm...
After a fast lunch, I rushed to a daily meeting with my team. In this meeting, we discuss our current progress, talk about problems blocking our work, and ask each other quick questions. I like the format of these calls because they are quick and help us understand if we are on track with the current sprint. Usually after the meeting, I work for a couple more hours. Today, I'd like to finish the front-end part of my work. While reviewing the code I've already written, I noticed a bug, fixed it, and moved on to testing. Since the backend endpoint doesn't exist yet, I am testing to ensure that the data sent from the frontend is correct, so I can commit this part and then peacefully move on to the backend. During testing, I discovered a very important thing. The frontend already has similar functionality, but with an older version of the design. Currently, we're supporting both versions. There is no need to add my new component to the existing ones, but I need to ensure that the old functionality also works with my endpoint by sending a default value. This is necessary to maintain backward compatibility, so that adding new functionality to the existing one doesn't break the old components. Well, I finished the front-end part and the next thing is the backend, but I'll work on it tomorrow. To avoid past mistakes, I work in a way that is efficient without overdoing it. Still, I feel some tiredness in my body. That is why I've decided to do some yoga. This is the last activity for today. Then I'll rest and prepare for tomorrow. Thank you friends for watching this video. By the way, share in the comments what kind of videos you'd like to see more of from me. I wish you all a great day. See you next time.